Guys, competition does not exist on Fiverr. So I know even just saying that is probably going to have a bunch of you up in arms in the comments trying to explain to me how competition does exist on Fiverr. But I'm going to tell you a story of a company I recently discovered that has kind of flipped the idea of competitive industries on its head for me. So occasionally, almost every day I'm browsing through Instagram. You know, you guys probably do the same. You're going through your Instagram Reels, your YouTube Shorts. Before bed, you're checking out stuff just to kind of, you know, fill the time with social media. Lately, I've been seeing a ton of videos and ads for a company. It's a razor company. So for those of you who don't shave, if you're, you know, a woman or you've never shaved your face, nowadays, all the razors people use are like these 6-blade, you know, Mach 7 crazy razor blades. They're expensive. You know, buying razor blades nowadays, especially if you're getting these, you know, multi-blade, heavily marketed razor blades, they're crazy expensive. Which is funny because way back in the day, people used to use this thing called a safety razor, where basically you have a handle made of, you know, usually steel or aluminum or even wood in some cases, and you just replace a simple razor blade in the handle every time you need to shave. And these razor blades were dirt cheap, like maybe 10 to 20 cents per razor blade, and they're still that cheap to this day. Something that was invented probably hundreds of years ago, it's been around, right? So in the last 10, 20 years, big companies like Schick, Gillette, all these companies made these new multi-blade razors very, very popular. And the irony is that they don't actually do a better job shaving, right? They tend to pull on your skin. You don't get a smoother shave. You don't get a closer shave. It's just, you know, a lot of marketing. So on Instagram, I've realized that there's this company that I'm getting ads for, I guess because I'm a man and I shave and I use safety razors. And they're a safety razor company, right? So they're basically selling these 100-year-old razor designs, right? The handle, you put a blade in and you shave. It's an old design, very old. But they're marketing this razor like it's some sort of an innovation. And this is why I'm saying competition doesn't exist on Fiverr, right? What this company's doing is they're taking a product that's been around since before our grandfathers were born. Old safety razors, a design that's worked and hasn't really changed for hundreds of years. And now young people or younger people than me and people my age in their 30s are seeing these ads for razor blades that are essentially just safety razors. And they're selling a lot. Their posts have 10, 20, 30, 40,000 likes in some cases. They're getting a lot of views, and they're selling something that is the same as everybody else. You know, every safety razor is essentially the same thing. They're also selling something that's a commodity. Men all over the world, if you want to shave, you need a razor blade. So it's arguably one of the most competitive industries to sell something in, because everyone needs to buy a razor blade. The level of value that differentiates one brand's razor blade from another is so small that it's gotten to the point where these companies are just marketing extra little mini blades. It's competitive, it's super competitive. But this company has been able to basically take something that's been around for hundreds of years, design it, like make this handle and spin this story about how they use their experience in like aerospace engineering to design these razor blades, and put out a lot of content about it. They're building a brand around this idea of getting a close shave, and they're educating people, maybe who aren't educated on the fact that these blades have been around for hundreds of years already, on how good you can get a shave with a single blade razor. It's amazing. So how does this apply to Fiverr, and why am I saying that competition doesn't exist on Fiverr? Well, just like how this razor blade company has been able to take probably the most competitive type of product with the least value or ability to differentiate with value from their competition, and they're making probably millions of dollars selling razor blades. So how do you take that to your Fiverr business? Well, the whole point of what I'm trying to tell you is, yes, you're probably, like many people, skilled in something that millions of other people on earth are skilled at, or hundreds of thousands of other people, or thousands of people are trying to sell on Fiverr. And then you kind of get into this rut saying, oh, it's too competitive. There's too much competition. I'll never be successful. That's why I haven't been successful. I'm just going to give up. It's not my fault. It's the fault of the fact that there's so many competitors in this niche. Take a page out of this razor blade company's book. Competition doesn't matter if you're able to showcase what you do in a way that's unique and differentiates. This razor company was able to take a razor that's identical pretty much to every safety razor for hundreds of years and create a story around it, create a marketing story, a brand story. And now all of a sudden, this product that technically is the same as other products isn't the same in the customer's eyes. They're assigning a value to this product that otherwise would be a commodity, and they're buying it. These ads are making them feel a certain way. These ads are educating them on the fact that, hey, maybe I don't need a 6-blade razor to get a close shave. Maybe, my old grandfather's style razor with a single razor blade is the best way to do it. You need to do that with your Fiverr gigs. So if you're in a situation, for example, where you're a graphic designer, or you do digital marketing or social media management, and you feel that there's just too much competition on Fiverr, here's what I'm going to tell you, and I hope you can action what I'm telling you in this video. Yes, technically, there is a ton of competition on Fiverr. But just like any industry, and just like the razor blade industry, like I've been using as an example in this video, it's up to you as a business and as a freelancer to figure out what angle you're going to take so that you're turning your service into one that's not a commodity, into one that's not a low value service that is easily compared to your competition. You need to find a way to showcase it, to present it, to highlight it, to market it, to build a brand story around it in a way where you're helping people see the value in your specific service and why that service is different from the rest. Now, how do you do that? Well, that's not something I can easily explain in an 8 or 9 minute video, but do some research, take some time, learn about how other companies are differentiating. Use, this razor blade company or some company like this as an example. How are companies using content, Instagram, YouTube videos to build a brand story and create a feeling in their customer base that causes their customers to be willing to spend money on a product, their product, that is essentially the same as many competitors? Do your research and try to find what that thing might be for your business, and it will help you operate on sites like Fiverr or basically any site or business type in a way like the competition doesn't necessarily exist. Because if you are able to build the perception of value around your brand, your product, and your services, competition really doesn't matter. But where the challenge lies is you need to be able to get a prospect or someone viewing your stuff to the point where they can realize that value. And that is where the challenge in marketing comes in. But if you're serious about making money on Fiverr, you're serious about making money as a freelancer, this is part of it. So take your time, figure out what your value can be, figure out how you can showcase it in a way that's different, and good luck.